Howdy everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. Today we're going to be taking a look at Caterpillar's Mound. This is a location in the northern part of Zion Valley, and the name comes from this rock formation in the middle of the river here, and the rock formation on top of this small hill or mound appears to be a caterpillar. However, I do think it also looks a bit like a centaur from the Fallout universe, but either way, centaur, caterpillar, what's the difference? Anyways, let's go ahead and check out Caterpillar's Mound and some of the surrounding area. And here on the map, you can see the location, as I said, northern part of the map, kind of northwestern, and we're also going to explore this little gorge, kind of in the shape of a whale's tail, and we're going to see what's up there as well. Now, as I approached this location, I noticed that there was some kind of NPC kind of just crouching below and walking away. I found out later that it was a white leg. As I came down this hill, I found this hollowed out rock, so always worth checking. However, usually they contain pretty minor loot. Then as you approach Caterpillar's Mound, there's another smaller island with a crashed boat and some sacks that you can loot for some food and other supplies, but not a whole lot really. Investigating the mound, we can just find it's a small hill in the middle of the river, like I said before, with a small tree on top, and then of course the caterpillar itself. Kind of interesting. There's also some xander root up on top. Now I tried to get on the head of the caterpillar and I started getting shot from the white legs. So definitely make sure to come prepared as there might be enemies around this area. But using the anti-material rifle, I made quick work of them, and then this guy's body glitched out for some reason. But besides that, there really isn't a whole lot around this mound, so that's when I decided to go ahead and investigate the northwestern area, this kind of gorge. And this area has a lot more things of interest, even though it's an unmarked area. It's just some kind of valley or gorge with an encampment at the back. Now, as you enter the valley, there's going to be this kind of small mountain, and we can climb up top to get a very good view of the Virgin River, along with the entrance to the Narrows. So, some pretty nice views, as we always find in Zion Valley. Now, I have to say, though, this rain is kind of a downer, because I don't think it's as beautiful with the rain, but I do like the addition of weather. Now, as you push further back into this gorge, you're going to find these spore plants, along with some spore carriers. Obviously, a group of survivors from Vault 22 made their way to Zion Valley, and with them, they brought the infection, or fungus, that infects humans and other plants, causing them to become these spore carriers. Now, I actually got kind of lucky here, because I was kind of walking backwards to avoid the spore carriers, but I could have easily have walked off the back of the cliff and killed myself. So definitely be prepared if you come here. There are quite a few enemies in this little encampment, and while this area is unmarked and there's nothing here, this small encampment leads me to believe that perhaps the Vault 22 survivors used this area for some time as kind of one of their bases of operation before the infection took hold. Obviously, though, there's no evidence for that because this is unmarked and there's nothing really here noting to that, but we can make assumptions based on the enemies. In the very back, we can find a skeleton along with a sack with all kinds of good loot inside of it, mainly chems and medical supplies. And then again, as we make our way up this cliff, we can get some really beautiful views of the gorge. But besides that, there's not much in this gorge, and there's no explanation as to what is going on here, so we're only left to our own assumptions. And I did try to do some research about Caterpillar Mound and to try and find out if it's a real formation in real life, and I came up empty-handed. However, in Zion National Park, there are a plethora of caterpillars, and after looking at the website for Zion National Park, I found a lot of warnings about caterpillars, especially when camping. So it does seem to be a place that is heavily inhabited by caterpillars, but I couldn't really find any information about some kind of rock formation, but I thought it was an interesting fact nonetheless. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for the next location, please drop them in the comment section below, and as always, until next time.